Welcome back to Boss Uncaged podcast. On today's show, well, let me give you a little backstory to how I came to meet Mikel, right? So at PodFest 2020 this year, I had the opportunity to do a speaking engagement and kind of give some insight to what I do. And in addition to that, I offered up to help other podcasters with some growth strategy. Mikel was one of the people that won the opportunity to work with me. So offline, we had opportunity to kind of talk about his business, talk about his strategy, and just doing the research of who he is and what he represents and his products and his services. And he'll tell you a little bit more details of what that is, but I wanted to kind of bring him on the show because I haven't had a guest like this. And I think it'll be very powerful and influential to have someone of his magnitude on the show. So without further ado, Mikel Del Rosario. How you doing today, sir?
Good. Thanks for having me on the show, Chanel.
Great. So I kind of, give you a little fluff. I really didn't disclose who you are and what you do. So why don't you kind of give our audience a little bit of background of who you are?
Sure. I'm Mikel Del Rosario, and I have a full-time position at Dallas Theological Seminary, where I'm the podcast manager and host of the Table podcast. And I'm also doing a PhD right now in New Testament studies, focusing on historical Jesus studies. And that's part of my entrepreneurial side, actually, is I have a brand called Apologetics Guy, where I help Christians to better explain their faith with courage and compassion. So I do speaking. I have a curriculum that I make available to churches so that they can help their people navigate difficult spiritual conversations as well. And so I'm kind of one foot in your regular 9-to-5, although maybe not a regular 9-to-5, because I don't know a lot of people whose full-time job is actually podcast management, where they can do that full-time. But I do that for our institution, for Dallas Theological Seminary. And then I love speaking at churches and youth events and helping churches with my curriculum as well.